What's up, everybody? Tobin here with you. I am in the middle of Tennessee on a vacation that has actually hit a snag because my car, my wife's car, had a bit of a mechanical malfunction. So I'm here at a mechanic waiting for it to get fixed while the rest of my family and my in-laws are off enjoying the mountains, which I have. It has been a nice, peaceful vacation up until this point. So hopefully this gets all settled and squared away. Water's beautiful here, super refreshing, super cold. But yeah, still been following along with everything that's been going on with the whole Damian Lillard saga. It's been funny seeing the meeting that he had with his organization, and they're like, oh, no, we're still committed to making a winner and all that. And I'm just like, you're not, though. Like, let's be real about it. Like, I think it's nice that Lillard is in this situation where he's giving them more time, and really, I think in most ways what Damian Lillard is trying to do is win a PR battle here because he doesn't want to be looked upon as a guy who's ring chasing or going off in a situation, which I don't think is happening. I think most people are down with Damian Lillard going to any kind of contender and going somewhere cool, but you know, that's how it is. You know, you're with a place for a very long time. It's funny, I mentioned this a couple times about the parting of D Wade and how long that took, and I was looking back at some like memory stuff that pops up on your social media, and today was kind of like the first time where there were hints that D Wade and the Heat weren't on the same page, and that took a little bit before all that stuff unraveled. It's not apples to apples, the situation's not quite the same. You know, this is more of a situational winning type of thing where Lillard was more of a he wants to win. D-Wade wanted money. So not everything's the same, but they are two icons that left their franchise, and it took a little bit. So I haven't found any of the stuff that has come out about him not requesting a trade or any of that stuff. I don't think that he wants to be that guy that officially requests a trade. I think that he wants them to get to the point where it's all kind of done amicably. He's trying to make this look as amicable as possible with the meetings, but even when all that stuff was going down with like the Miami Heat, where the Will Smith Miami was playing in the background, and then they had to come out with a statement, and then that same reporter who got the statement from the agent then came out and reported that there is serious mutual interest between Damian Lillard and the Miami Heat. And I do think that if he ends up going, I definitely think that Miami's got a crack at the thing, because I think they're going to probably do in all of this what does make him happy. And, seeing that people are going to get frustrated on Twitter day to day because these things aren't settled, you're going to make yourself nuts if you're going to go off of every NBA Central thing, every, podcast snippet. You'll make yourself nutty with it, which I get. You kind of want to see what are the tea leaves, when are they all going to follow along, when is things going to happen, but, I don't know. The thing I think that works in Miami's favor, and Barry kind of wrote about this in his column, is there's not really anything Miami is missing out on at the time, right? There's not a sign-in trade they could go do for like Kyrie or Brooke Lopez. The only thing you could really look at and say, oh, well, are they going to miss out on their own guys? And that's not really going to happen, because it kind of feels like they've drawn their line in the sand of, Pat Riley's going to go meet, according to Barry, in California with Gabe Vincent, and they want to keep him either way. Max Strus, it sounds like they're going to go and let him test the market. Apparently there's a lot of interest in him. And I think the Heat learned with the Duncan Robinson contract, like giving a whole lot of money to a shooter when shooters can go up, shooters can go down. You can find another shooter. Not that Max Strus is just a shooter, but I think that they look upon it as we can find another project where we can get a lot out of this. And especially, like, look, if Tyler Hero comes back, are you going to pay a guy who's definitely going to be coming off the bench oodles of money, As if Tyler, let's just say there is no Damian Lillard, right? Let's just say the Heat run it back and everybody, if that happens, you already pay Tyler Hero in the starting lineup to a boatload of money. You're going to be paying Gabe Vincent, it sounds like, one way or another. unsure of the Kyle Lowry situation yet. But, like, you know, if you're going to have Duncan Robinson probably coming off the bench if he's not traded, you're going to also have Max Strus coming off the bench making, you know, $12 to $15 million for, you know, just that role. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of an expensive insurance policy. So I think that makes sense why the writing is on the wall the way that it is, where Strus is not necessarily in the plans. And Gabe Vincent, you know, the way that the guys he defends, the way he defends, the kind of big shots that he made, the way that he continues to develop, I think they probably think that there's still another level for Gabe Vincent to go to, in a way where I think maybe Max Strus they think is kind of, you know, plateaued in a way. So I think that's probably what where things lie with that. Just for you know, sake of, I'm just on like this the main parkway in Tennessee right now, waiting for this thing to get done. So if you hear the cars going by, that's right. But I'm in a safe distance, everybody. Not gonna get hit by a car. Not gonna get eaten by a bear. Well, I can't. Maybe. I still haven't seen a bear up close, though. That's been a thing that's been disappointing. Not seen a bear up close. I did see one sleeping in some trees, which was cool. They're adorbs. Bears are adorbs. I will say that. Very, very adorbs. I will say my favorite part of the whole Damian Lillard back and forth on social media, the tea leaves, was for sure Jimmy Butler posting. You know, Jimmy Butler posts his 3 songs a day, and then when he posted the Damian Lillard song, that shit was money. That was delightful. That you got to see Jimmy Butler's like, oh, everybody's looking at Damian Lillard because he had Miami playing in the background. There had to be a statement. How can I top this and just make everybody crazy? Oh, I know. Boop. Post this on social media, which is why Jimmy's the best with that stuff. And it was really, really funny when I saw that happen. Really, really funny with the whole social media back and forth with Damian Lillard. But look, I don't really have any. I'm still confident that it can happen. You know, things not happening out of meetings, or things not happening, or no official trade requests. I just think it's a natural. I think it's a tough choice for Damian Lillard. I think it's a hard choice. I think the guy does care about Portland. I think he cares about his fan base that he's built there, and also, you know, that whole, oh, I don't want to be on a stacked team. I don't think Miami's ever going to get that label, and I think that if he did come to Miami, when I saw that, people going crazy, oh, I don't want to go to a team that has multiple All-Stars. I don't think that crossed Miami off any list. I think what that probably meant was, I don't want to. You know, I honestly, with the way I read that is I don't want to go to the Lakers. I don't want to go to the Celtics, to be honest with you. That's the way I read that. Because, you know, they're not only all-stars, they're all NBA guys. Jimmy, Bam, look, they're all-stars. They usually only get one a year. Even in the year they were the 1 seed, they got one all-star, where Jimmy didn't even want to go. So I don't think that ruled out Miami at all when that report came out. Nobody looks at, you know, those. They should maybe, but they don't. So if Damian Lillard comes to the Miami Heat, I don't think people are going to be looking at him as a ring chaser. I think that they're going to be like, oh, that's a really, really fun contender. If he went to the Lakers, sure. If he went to the Celtics, yeah. The national media would, you know, they'd probably be hyped. I mean, Lord, we'd never stop getting coverage of it. But I think if there was any of that, you know, people would look at it a little bit more in that way, as opposed to this, you know, joining Miami. I don't think he's going to be looked at. I think a lot of people, honestly, nationally also want to see Stephen A. has voiced this, you know, where it's like, yeah, no, we want to see Dame on the big stage. We don't want to see Dame in a rebuilding. He's too good. He's too good. You don't want to see him in this situation where he's, you know, just kind of playing it all out in Portland with young guys. It's tough. I remember that happened with it's another one, a parallel with D Wade, when D Wade was playing with lottery picks, and he wasn't even the age that Damian Lillard is now. when he came back, he was playing, like, coming off the bench, and, you know, that's really what brought him happiness. And ultimately, maybe that's what happened with Dame. You know, maybe he does a few years in Miami and then finishes off the career, has his one last dance in Portland. Who's ruling that out? That could be a possibility too. You know, if Scoot Henderson isn't any good, or if these guys just don't work out and they're just like, you know what would give us some feel good? Bringing back Damian Lillard. The door doesn't close, you know. D-Wade returned to Miami. LeBron returned to Cleveland. You know, there was some talk Chris Paul was going to go back to the Clippers. So it doesn't necessarily shut the door on it. But, no, honestly, out of all these updates, my read's been pretty positive out of all of it, because I'm just like, all right, the Heat really aren't missing out on anything. If he finally takes the leap, I definitely think Miami will be there to try and catch him. And for right now, they're not missing out on anything waiting this thing out. It's not like there's a big move or there's a second guy that's out there that they're not getting. And I kind of got them not, you know, going all in with the Bradley Beal move. I think that was a nice little bump. I think the Damian Lillard thing will put them in serious contention. So anyway, hopefully my car gets fixed at some point so I can ride out of these mountains, everybody. But I hope everybody's having a fantastic week.